All right, hey guys, welcome back to another solo Sunday. We are going to be playing a solo playthrough of Sabika. So this game came out last year, and honestly, it's a very slept on Euro game. I feel like it's never really talked about, but it's really good. And so the designer, German Millan. I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, so if that's mispronounced, I'm really sorry. Um, he's got another game coming out this year at Essen, which is looks sort of similar in terms of like the aesthetic of the graphic design, but it's a different setting and everything. He also did Bitoku, which I haven't played, but if his next game, it's like I don't even know the name of it. It looks great. So anyway, I'm just really into wanting to play a bunch of my Euro games I haven't played a lot of. So this game's just super slept on, especially as a solo game. It's so good. So I wanted to play it. Pulled it off the shelf and got it set up. It's a humongous board. This is like 9 squares. You know, like a board's folded up, so it's huge. So got this spread out quite a bit. I'll move this off so we're not seeing it there. Although it's kind of nice. Let's do that. Okay. So anyway, we're going to be going against Yosef, the AI. He's going to be the yellow player, and he's going to start the game. I'm going to not super duper get into all the actions until we kind of get to them. But we're the blue player. There's a couple setup things we need to do first. We're going to play in the advanced variant, which involves events. So I've got a kind of basic setup for the events. There's 2 negative events and a positive event. Yosef doesn't deal with the events whatsoever, so it's really just impacting us. So the first event we're going to be dealing with is going to be this, which I believe is every time we would we would carve a poem, which are going to be the action over here. We have to pay an additional money, which I think that's what that is. This is just because I'm putting the events in because at least from my BG stats, I've won more than I haven't. So I was like, let's just try. Yeah, we pay 1 denier, which is the money, more each time we want to carve a poem. So we'll kind of get into that stuff as the game progresses. Then we get to see the next event that's going to come up, which is one of the positive ones. We'll switch the events out when we get up to the second or the third round. But again, we'll deal with that. Our starting card here is the blue one. So when we make architectural balance, we'll get to get those bonuses, but we'll talk about that as that time comes. The last kind of thing I didn't do for setup was choose our starting resources. So we can either start with, we're a second player, so we're going to start with 3 money no matter what. So we'll go ahead and start with that, which I'll get set up over here. So there's our starting money. Put it down there, I guess. And we can either start with, we can take one of the goods and turn it, or we can take one of the raw materials and turn it into goods immediately and get a marble, or we can start with an extra money, 1 on the Perea track, and a ceramic. I think I probably want the marble. No, yeah, I think I'm going to take the marble, which we'll get and store it in our storehouse, and we're going to take one of these, and we're going to take the sugar and turn it into that there. I don't know the names of anything. I never know the names of anything. So the green raw materials are sugarcane, and then the good is sugar. So it's sugarcane on one side, which you can't really tell because of the green screen, and then sugar. This here is clay and it turns into pottery, and then the blue, which isn't on the board, is silk and it turns into clothes. Anytime you would take any of the goods or materials, you have to take what's on the board. So we just remove that from the board. And then we have to store it in our storehouse, and all our storehouses can only hold 1 thing as of right now. So we're taking this one, take those off the board here, and yeah, so let's just kind of hop into it here. So we're going to go with Yosef first. He's got these tiles here that we're going to flip a tile. It's going to tell us which one of the cards we're going to flip over, and then he'll place that particular worker out on the board. There are master builders, which go on the outer rondel, the big one, the tall guy. There are merchants who will go in the middle rondel, and then there are poets who go into the center rondel. The gold workers are the sultan's workers, and they are there to just kind of create some additional tension for when if we were to land on that space, we have to pay money to do that. So it's just kind of to make it a little tighter. Of course, Yosef doesn't do any of that paying. So we're going to flip over. He'll do his merchant. So we're going to flip over the merchant deck, and it's going to flip here. He's going to place his merchant on the spot corresponding to that on the Rondell, which would be this spot. So he'll place his merchant there. If there are any goods or there's any like resources or stuff on here, he'll just remove them from the board. And then he would do something, but in this case he doesn't do anything. So he'll just get a PP, which is a prestige point, which is victory points. He'll get 1 victory point, and that'll be his turn. So he's done. We start with 5 victory points. So he's at 6. I'm at 5. Okay. So kind of the general gist here is that, we are going to be, our master builders are going to be basically building these major constructions, which are going to be these, which are effectively, there are some symbols for some like points throughout the game, as well as just additional actions or resources. So those give us some things, and they'll move us on this track at the top. We can build these minor constructions, which are these down here. They also have symbols here for scoring, but as well as they cost different kinds of material. And then we can connect them across here. And if we connect the symbols, the colors on both sides, we get what's called architectural balance, which will give us a bonus. So in this case, for example, if I were to buy this one, this is my starting one. If I placed it here, those two symbols match, those colors match, we get architectural balance, and then we'll get whatever that bonus there is. So that's what they'll do that. There's also expanding our storehouses so we can get these on display, put them in here. They let us hold more materials, more things like that. Give us additional bonuses for placing those out. And then we can get materials by going to these spots here, or we can get money and do some trading. Then we have our merchants who will let us do our stuff on our ship. So we've got this. We can send these ships out to these different cities. At the end of the game, actually, we'll get points here. So you get 2 PP for every red city in which you're present, and 1 for each one you've consolidated. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 red cities, so there's not a lot. But we can send out to those. We would basically take our goods after we turn our materials into goods to those cities, and we'll get extra bonuses if we turn in a good that is in demand at that city. And then we can place our boats there. If we're the first one, we'll get one of these tokens here. These tokens can be turned into a paria or a money for us later down the road. And then we can, so that's this action here. We can consolidate, which is after we get a boat on one of the spots, we would move it over. And when we did that, we would get either an ongoing effect for income between rounds or an instant effect. The first effect is just the effect we would get when we land in that city. And when we do that, I'll show you guys what those effects are. And then we can also do this action here, which is to reactivate an effect from a city that we have presence in, and turn up to two of our raw materials into goods. So that's what this action here too is, if we were to land on a space and there's nothing there. And then finally, the poets, we can either get a major or a minor poem. The minor poems are these ones here. When we get a minor poem, we can stick it to the left or right side of our board. The left side of our board are going to be ongoing effects. The right side of our board is going to be instant effects. And then we can reactivate an instant effect by this here. And then finally, we can get 3 money and additional money for every 2 poems we have, regardless of the color. So that's a lot to take in. You kind of see how things are going to go. At the very beginning of the game, we get to place our workers out. So obviously we saw Yosef do that. But then going forward, we have to move our workers around the Rondell. So what do we want to do? We probably want to do something that's not going to take a lot of, it's not going to really take anything from us money-wise. So we could go here. Although I do kind of like the idea of maybe going here and getting that. Although, so when we go into a space that intersects this, depending on where you are, it'll cost a certain amount of money. So if we were to take our master builder and go to this space, we could take one of these here, and then if I wanted to convert, because the space is exposed, if I wanted to convert a raw material into a good, I could pay a money. But if I were here, I could actually do that conversion for free because it costs 0 on this side, but it costs 1 on this side. So with that being said, I can send my master builder here to pay money to get that and then do the action of doing a major or minor construction. Or I can go here to send one of my boats out. And I have a good, so I can actually pay this good to do that. And then I can get that raw material for free because it costs 0, which might be the thing I want to do. So we're going to send out our merchant here. When there's a secondary action, we can take that action before our primary action. So we're going to take that. We get to take this clay, and it's going to go up here, and we can only hold one of these per there. So I can't take another clay. And then we're going to do our boats out. So we have a sugar. We have a sugar cane here. Or sugar. I can go. So we have to go to a spot from Granada to another place. Pay the route, or from another boat we have. So it's cheaper to go across, or I can spend a bunch of money if I had it to go out farther. I think because the ending game thing wants red, cities with red, we're going to go to Argyle. So we're going to spend the money, and we're going to spend that money to travel here, and we're going to put our boat here. We have to sell a good, so when we sell a good, we're going to sell it. It gets us 1 point and 1 Puria. And if we happen to have sold it, we can sell up to 2 goods. Anytime we sell a good that's in demand at that city, so in this case, this would be a cloth or pottery, we would get an additional money, or I'm sorry, an additional point and additional Puria. But we didn't do that, so we're only getting 1. And then we would get the instant effect here, so this is going to be 2 money for us. And then if we were to consolidate, we would get to do this action here, which is get 2 money and make 2 trades. So we're going to go ahead and get our 2 money for doing that. So we'll swap that out for that. And then we're going to get to take this seal, and I'll just store it on our board there. And that will be our turn, so we're done. Okay, so now let's do Yosef. He's going to do his one of his master builders. He's going to place that out here. He would clear anything that's there, which there isn't anything there. And then he will get 2 points and a Paria. Paria. I don't know how you pronounce it. And then he'll take the one with the most storage spots. So this has 2 storage spots. So he's going to take that one. And that's his turn. Now, I didn't mention that if we land on one of those spaces, if we did not want to take to expand our storage house, we could reactivate an effect. So if I were to have taken this storage house, I would get this bonus here, and then it would go into our storage house, and then we would get a point because we're covering up the original storage house, and now we've got this storage house can hold 3 goods instead of 1 like the rest of them. If I were to land on a space again, instead of taking what's available, I could just reactivate the effect that's here. If I were to take another one and cover up, wanting to do the same storage house, I could cover it up, get 2 points for covering it up because I'm covering up that bonus there, and then now I've got this and I can hold even more. So that is definitely an option that can be done and get some points. None of the stuff refills until at the end of the round, so there is some tightness there with that. Okay, I think I need some materials, and because I want to start building some stuff. So we're going to send our first master builder. We're going to go here. That's going to get us 3 combination of wood, and what's the other material? It's some word that I don't know very well. It's wood and gypsum. So we can get any combination of wood and gypsum, of 3 kinds. So I'm going to get 2 gypsum and 1 wood. So 1 there and there. So I can't hold any more things. So I've got to spend them before I can't store anything else. Okay. We're going to do Yosef's next turn. It's his poet. She will go into this space there. She will take away any resources that were there, but there's nothing there, and then she'll gain a point. He'll gain a point. All right. So now we're going to spend our other master builder and go here. That's going to let us do a major and minor construction. At the beginning of the game, we can do the minor constructions here, and we can only do the major constructions that are on the left-hand side of the board. And then when we get to his thing, we'll get to switch over to there. So we're going to do a major construction. To do a major construction, it's going to cost a gypsum, 1 of any resource, and then we can add additional resource. that isn't the one that we used already. And for each resource we use, we get a set number of points. So we know we need to spend the gypsum, so that's going to be 1 point. We're going to spend the wood, which will get us 2 more points. And we could spend the marble, which we might as well. That'll get us 3 points total. We can take any one of those tiles. Now, the Sultan is going to want us to have, at the end of the game when we score this, we're going to get 2 points for every one of these symbols we have between our major and minor constructions. And so we're going to want to kind of aim for those. So what do we want to buy? If we buy, we have some money, so that's not too bad. We could buy this and get one of the storehouses, which wouldn't be too bad either. We could get some more materials with this one. Let's go ahead and, well, we'll get this one. We'll get this. So we're going to get this, which will get us a storehouse action. And we'll get to move 1 up here. We're going to place this here off to the side. So let's score our 6 points first before we forget. So we're at 11. We'll put these back at the supply. And then we're going to take a storehouse. And I believe when we take a storehouse, when you're taking it from an action here, you have to take it from the spot that you're at. But I think I can take it from anywhere based on the tile, if I'm not mistaken. Where does it say? Storehouse action, page 10. Let me just double check that. Expand your storehouse. I would imagine if it's from a bonus, we could take it from anywhere. So we're going to play it that way. Okay, so we're going to take it. Actually, I want this one anyway. So we're going to take this one. This is going to give us 2 paria and 2 points. And we're going to place that here. We're covering up our 1 point. So we're going to get a point for that. So 1, 2, 3. And then 2 up on this. And then we get to move 1 on here. And when we land on a space here, we get to get whatever's here or anything behind. So we get a money or a paria. We're going to get a money. And then I'm just going to flip this over because we kind of don't really need it anymore. Okay, so Yosef will take his final turn this round. We're going to do his master builder. He will go to this spot here. And then he will get 3 points. So we're going to not forget that 1, 2, 3. And then he'll do a minor construction. He's going to look for the same symbols that are there. And then if there aren't those symbols, he'll take... top right is going to break that tie. So he's going to take this one. And that's going to be his... So we have 1 more turn left. We've got our poet. Now, us getting... we can't really do anything but get money or get a poem. If we get a poem, it's going to cost us additional money, which is why I did that. So we're going to go ahead and do that and get a poem. Now, the poems we have available, we've got this one, which is we can pay a money 1 less when we travel each time we do an export action, which is pretty good. Here is each time we would consolidate, we're going to get a money, a point, and a paria. Each earn 1 point and 1 paria each time a worker, which is not your own, is present in a space you have to move to. Or as instant effects, we can do place a ship in a city at no cost, but you do not get the city bonus or the seal. You can deliver a good. So I could just place my boat somewhere and then have it help me move around, which could be good, but I don't have anything to deliver, so I don't think I really want to do that. Here it says perform the main or secondary action of a space where there is a master builder or a merchant which is not your own. Or earn 2 points, 2 money, or 2 parias, and then carry out the consolidate action. So I could consolidate. We might want to do that one. That's going to cost me 2 money. So the way that these work is that you would pay the money indicated, plus an additional money for each poem of that type. We can also earn one of the major poems, which are going to give us scoring at the end of the game. And these major poems, we can only have 2 of. And they're going to be a similar thing where they cost 4 plus 1 for every other major poem. And so the ones that and these never get replenished. So the ones that we have are earn 14 points or 6 points, because this is a 2-player game, for having the most poems. Earn 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, or 14 points for having different construction types. So we would want to diversify that. Here is earned 14 or 6 points for having the most or second most storehouse boxes. And then here would be earn 14 or 6 points for having the most presence is in cities. So we kind of doesn't really matter from our perspective what we want on that. But it would cost us 5 money, which, you know, might not be too bad, but it's going to cost us a lot of money to get that. But 1 more than it would normally. So what kind of poem do we want? I kind of like the idea of this. I think we're going to take this one. So we're going to spend 3 money because it's 2 plus the event's going to make us cost 1 more. We're going to gain 2 of something, and then we can do a consolidate action. So we're going to take this. We're going to spend the 3 money for that. It's going to be tucked in on this side of our board. We get to get 2 money, 2 parias, or 2 points. I think I want to go with the 2 money, so we'll get our money back. Or most of our money back. And then we get to consolidate. So we're going to move our boat to the right-hand side here. Oh, no, we're not going to get the money. We're going to get the 2 parias. And we're going to move our boat to do consolidate. We'll get the action done here, which is going to be this action, which is I believe is called, I have a player aid right here. Why don't I get that out? We're going to get to do the market action, which means we get 2 money. And then we can make 2 trades, and the trades are here. So we can do up to 2 trades. We can spend a money to get raw material, but we don't have space for it. We can sell a good for 3 money, and we can buy some material. So I think I'm going to use it to spend 1 money for gypsum and 2 money for a wood. I'm sorry, 1 money for a wood. Actually, we can now store 2 things here, so we'll do that. Okay. And that's it. So that's our turn. So now that is it. That is 1 full round of the game. We're going to go ahead and move this marker here. What this is going to do is we're going to now score. This is the Sultan's favor. So we're going to score 1 point for each of these that we have, which is consolidated cities. If I'm not mistaken. A lot of symbols here. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and score that. We would each score the points. He has none because he's got no consolidated things. I have 1, so I'll get a point. Next, what we're going to do is if we would switch out the event if we got to that point, but we're not switching the event out. Then we're going to stand up all of our workers. And for the sake of ease, I'm going to stand up all of the gold workers here. Now, normally you wouldn't have to do this, but I think for my own tracking and for the camera, we're going to stand up all the gold workers. They're all going to move 1 space to the right. Oops, and then I'll set them down knowing that I've moved them. Okay. All right, perfect. Then we replenish anything that's missing. So we need to fill this in. We need to fill this in. Whoops. Fill this in. Fill this back. And then fill back out the raw materials. So there's our first silk. Second silk. And then we would place a marble here if need be. Oh, and then one thing I didn't do is that we would lose parias based on the round. So we're going to lose 2 parias. So he goes down 2, I go down 2. If at any point we cannot spend any more parias on the track, we could substitute that with 2 coins, a point, or a seal for that. The bot will just lose a point. And that will be it. So now whoever is higher on the paria track will get to determine who gets to go first. So because I'm first on the track, I can decide if I want to go first or if I want Yosef to go first. And now that all our workers are on the board, all of our workers can move up to 2 spaces for free and then spend an additional money to move an additional space. If we land on a space that has a worker already there, we spend a money per one of our workers. on that space. And because we've got two master builders, they can never occupy the same space. So we can't move one master builder into a space of our own with our other master builder. Of course, Joseph doesn't do any of that stuff. We've shuffled his thing there up. Okay, so I think that I'm going to want to maybe go first. I've got some stuff I can build out, some more constructions. So the question is exactly what do we want to do here? The next round we're going to go down 3 parias, so we're going to want to go up on that track to kind of compensate for some of that. I do want to wait till maybe this round we can get some more. So maybe you want to try to get some goods or raw material and turn them into goods, and then next couple rounds we'll be able to kind of really utilize getting the parias by selling our goods when we explore. So yeah, so we'll be first. Let's go first. So we'll be the first player, and I do want some of these. So let's go, we'll do this. Do I have the space for it? We're going to go here. We're going to take one of these, and I'm going to take this one. So this will let me do one of the market exchanges and get 2 money. We're going to place that here. That's going to give us a point. We're going to get 2 money, and we get to do a market exchange. And I will, excuse me, spend 1 money to take one of these off the board, and I'm going to take this one. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and that's going to be my turn. All right, so Yosef will go. He will do his merchant. Now, he doesn't move his he doesn't move his place 2 spaces. He just puts it where it says to put it. So he'll put this merchant there. He will get 4 points and 4 on the paria track. He will do this action. So when he does the explore action, he will take one of his ships. So take one of his ships from the Kingdom of Granada and place it on the leftmost side of a city that has a seal that matches the scoring of the trade card. So the scoring of the trade card is going to be red. In addition, the city must be the closest to the city of Granada or a city where he has already presence. If there are 2 equidistant cities, you decide which one he places. So we need to place it to the closest city, take one of his ships from the Kingdom of Granada and place it on the left-hand side of a city that has a seal and matches the scoring criteria of the trade card. So it doesn't match because these are too far. They're not connected. So I think he would pick one of the other 2 cities, which I think he'd pick this one and this one. If there are only cities left that match the scoring criteria of the trade card but without a seal, you must place the ship in those. If there are no cities left that match the scoring criteria of the trade card, you must place it with a seal. Okay, so he would place it with a seal. When they're equidistant, we get to choose. If we pick here, then he can go here, which we probably don't want, so I'm going to make him go here. So he'll go here, he'll take this, and that's going to be it. Because again, if there's 2 cities that are equidistant, we get to choose. And both of these are 1 away from Granada. Okay, so now I did want to go there, but I might have to wait a bit. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to move our merchant, and we're going to go here. I'm going to get, as a secondary action, take this for 0, because it's 0 there. We can convert we can activate any of our spaces that we have we can activate the effect of exploring on a place we have presence. We get 2 money. And then we can convert 2 of our goods, or raw material into goods. So I'm going to convert this, and I'm going to convert this. Okay, Yosef's going to go, He's going to move his Master Builder. Now, because he's got two choices, he's going to move the Master Builder close to that space going clockwise. So he'll move this one because it's close to that space clockwise. So he'll go here. He will get 2 points and a Paria. And then he will do a minor construction, and that minor construction is going to be based on this. He's going to take this one because that has the door symbol, and that's what needs to be scored up there. So he's going to take that one. He never worries about matching up for architectural balance. He just takes the cards. Okay, so now we've got our poet that we need to move, and we have our one other master builder. We can go 1, 2 for free. We'd pay 1 to go here, but I don't think I really want to go there yet. Or maybe I do. We're going to go 1, 2. We're going to pay him money because there's a guy there. We're going to take this one. This will get us a raw material and 2 Paria. We're going to cover up this one here, which is going to get us a point. And then we're going to take this from that spot. Yosef's going to go. He's going to do his other master builder. He will go to this spot up here. He'll just get 2 points. And we finally have our poet. Now, I kind of do want to go here. It's going to cost us some money to go there, which is okay. Then we have to spend whatever money for a poem, and then additional if we take another red poem, which I kind of want because of the scoring. So it's going to cost us 4 to take any of these, so we don't have the money for that. So for blue poems, we can earn 1 raw material or 1 material when we land on one of the query spots, which are this one and this one. That would be interesting. Actually, I think I want this. So let's go 1, 2. We'll spend another 1 to go 3. And we're going to buy this poem here. So we're going to take pay 1 less denier, which is the money, when traveling each time you export. It's going to cost us 1 money because it's our first blue poem, but then we have to spend another money because of this. So it's 2 money. We'll tuck that in over here, and we have that ongoing effect now. And then we'll do Yosef's last turn, which will be his poet. She'll move to this spot here, and she'll get 3 points, or he'll get 3 points. Now, when he carves a poem, the first time he carves a poem, he takes a minor poem, and the minor poem is going to be he'll take the minor poem of the highest numbered value, which will be this one, because this is 21 and that's 18. So he takes that minor poem, and that's it. We're done with the turn, or the round. So now we have to move this over. We're going to each lose 3 parias. The person who's in first place will move first. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So he's now ahead, technically. Then we're going to switch out the event. So this event is gone. We're going to place this new event here. So when we export, we get to get 1 paria every time we export a good when we do that, which, let me make sure that's what that means. Each export earns you 1 more paria. Okay. So that's the event for the next 2 rounds. We would then, we're not doing the Sultan scoring, so that's there. Then, yeah, I don't think we would do that yet. Yeah, okay, so we moved that, we did that. This is removed from the game. Let's go ahead and reset stuff. So this gets refilled. This gets refilled. This gets refilled. And then these are no longer accessible. So now that we're in the next era, I'm basically going to take these off because they don't really matter anymore. Because we can't even get them anymore. So those are just gone. Then we are going to stand up everybody. If I can get him to stand up. We'll move everybody over. We'll move all the Sultan's workers 1 space. And then we need to, we would have income, but we don't have any income, so we're not going to do that. And then we need to shuffle this up, and then he's going to be first player because he's higher on the Paria track than I am, and then I got to refill the raw materials on the board. Okay. Which is from a bag. There's a sugar cane. There's a clay. And there's a clay. All right. So now let's get started with round number 3. This is a 5-round game, so we're just about halfway. He's going to move his poet. He'll move her here. And then he's going to get 2 points. A paria. And now he's going to get a major poem because it's his second poem. When his major poem is going to be, he'll choose an alphabetical order. So they've got little numbers and letters. We've got A1, E1, B1, and H1. He takes the, choose the last major poem in alphabetical order. So he'll take H1, which means at the end of the game he'll get 14 or 6 points for having the most presence in the cities, which we're tied with right now. So we probably want to try to beat him on that so we can minimize how many points he gets. All right. So now I'm looking to do some exploring because I've got some material or goods, and we get bonuses for doing it. So I'm going to be looking to do some exploring. If I wait till he moves his person, I can do this without paying, and I don't have very much money. I'm also looking to maybe get an explore action from that, which wouldn't be too bad. So for me to do that, I would have to go... I would have to spend... I can do it. So we're going to go 1, 2 to go here. We're then going to do a major construction. It's going to cost us a gypsum for that, and then we're going to spend a wood, so it's going to be 3 points for us. We're going to take this major construction here. It's going to let us do an explore action as well as move on the track up the top. So let's move on this track here. It's going to let us get either a point or a paria or a good or a material. I think I want a wood. Then, because we can take either this bonus or any one behind. So we've done that. Let's get our 3 points before I forget. 1, 2, 3. I'll discard these. And then we get to do our explore action. I'm going to spend... Oh, I don't have 2 money. Okay, hold on. Let me reverse. I'm going to take a money. I'm going to spend my 2 money to go here. So we're going to send our ship because we're going from here. We're going from Argol to Túnez. We're going to go here. It's going to get us a seal. That's also going to get us 3 points. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to have to turn this in to do that, which they desire... The good that they desire is cloth, so we're going to spend that cloth. It's going to get us a paria and a point. It's also going to get us an additional paria and point because it's the one that they want. Then, oh, actually it costs us 1 less to travel. I forgot about that. It costs us 1 less to travel. So actually, I'm going to take the wood, not the point. Okay. And then this round we get an additional paria for every good we send over, so we get an additional paria there. Okay, combo time, really nice. So my kind of plan is to go here, then go here, and then I think I can go back to here. I think I can travel that way. I can at least go here for sure. And I think I can go here because these are connected the way they're connected. I mean, the action specifically says for exploring, choose a city where you have no presence, where you don't have any ships. If you already have presence there, you can't export. Pay the deniers indicated on the route you have to travel, starting from the nearest city where you have presence, or from the... Yeah, so we can... Nothing says we can't go backwards. So if I can go here, here, and then here, that gives us all of the red cities. Okay, nice. So that's done. We're going to set that over here. We'll do Yosef's turn. He'll do his guy here. So he's going to take the one closest clockwise. Which, oh, actually, I didn't want to spend the money... Oh, I didn't spend the money for this, so that's fine. I was going to spend the money for it, but it's okay. So he's going to remove this. He is going to get 4 points. And then he's going to do a minor construction. He's going to look for the Sultan's wishes, which are the two symbols up there, the house symbol and the little door symbol. They aren't available, so he's just going to take this one. Okay, that's it. Okay, where do we want to go now? So we have no money, which is kind of a bummer. If we can consolidate and get 2 points of income, which would be nice. But I like some money in order to kind of get some stuff going here. So we'll move over here. We're going to get 2 money for coming over here. We can do 2 kind of trades here. I'm going to spend my stuff here, and it's going to get me 3 more money. 1 for the gypsum and 2 for the wood. And then I can't spend the money to take that, so we're not going to do that. Okay, Yosef's going to go. His other master builder is going to move. He's going to move all the way down here. He's going to remove this. He's going to get 1 point and 2 on the Paria track. And then he's going to do a major construction. And now the major constructions are going to be, he takes it, takes the highest. So if not, so take the highest numbered major construction tile from the current area that matches the Sultan's desired building type. So he wants doors and building looking things. The doors and the building. So this is an 8. So this is going to be the highest one. He's going to take this. He'll move 1 space on this, and I believe that's it. Yeah, so that's a favor token. He's going to move it 1 space, but he doesn't get the bonus. All right. I have 2 more workers. He's got 1 left. Now, we're kind of looking at these poems here. I think maybe with the poems... Okay, so here's the thing. We know the merchant's going to move. And if I can get to this spot, we can do another action here to move our guy. We can go here and turn in that sugar. It's going to cost us 1 money, so I need to save at least 1 of my monies. So if we look at the major poems here... this one will be for how many poems? He's got 2. This will be our 3rd poem, so we would be winning on that. I don't really like this one so much. He kind of took the one that I'd rather have. But storehouse boxes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's only got 2. Unless the starting ones don't count, so we have 3 and he has 2. So we'll probably be okay on this one. And then that'll force him to... well, he'll take this one next no matter what. So I think we'll move our... oh, but we have to go here, which is going to cost us additional money. Okay, let's do this. We'll just move 1 space. We'll get to activate our red poem. So it's either 2 money, 2 points, or 2 paria. We're going to take the 2 paria. Then we're going to consolidate. We're going to move this way. So then we get 2 points of income every turn. Okay, nice. So he'll move his merchant, and he'll move his merchant to this space. He's going to get 3 points. 3 paria. 1, 2, 3. Then he will do his action here. So he's going to go to where there's a seal. So he'll go here, here. I'm going to make him go here. And then when so that's the first action. Then he'll consolidate with this action. When he consolidates, consolidate his trade relationship with a city where he has a ship on the left-hand side of the city that matches the scoring criteria of the trade card. If he has presence in more than one. If it's a red city. Okay, so it says the left-hand side most city, so he'll go this way. I do think, I think he might score points. He earns the seal. Wait. Does he score points for exporting? Let me double check. Then take the seal and place it next to his board, although he doesn't earn the city bonus. He doesn't export goods, and because he doesn't export goods, he doesn't get any points. So he doesn't get points for doing that. But he is going to consolidate here, which is going to earn him nothing. He doesn't get income, so that's irrelevant. So it's more so just blocking me. If we were to consolidate a place where somebody else is consolidated already, if I were to consolidate a place where he is, he'll get 2 points. If he consolidates a place where I am, I would get a money and a point. So, okay. So we're going to move our merchant 1 space to do our export action. We're going to spend 1 money to go here. So we're going to because we have this, then this. That's going to get us that seal. As an instant action, we can take one marble, one gypsum, or one wood. We're going to take a gypsum. We're going to export sugar, which is the one that's desired there. So it's going to get us 2 on the Paria track for that, 2 points. And then because of this, we go up 1 more on the Paria track. All right, end of the round. We're going to move this down. Now we're going to score for both of the Sultan's favor. So for the first one, we're going to score 2 points. He'll score 1 point because we have 2 cities where we consolidated. He's got 1. We're going to score 1 point for each red poem we have. I have 1 red poem. He counts for having red and blue, so we each get a point for that. Then we are going to spend our Paria from what spot we're in. We're both going to lose 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then let's stand up our workers. We'll move all the Sultan's workers 1 spot. And then we'll replenish what needs to be replenished. So it'd be this. This. Oh, no, that doesn't go there. It only holds 3. I lied. And then we would get income, which we do get 2 points of income. I forgot to do that. And I'm higher on the track, so I get to choose who goes first. Do I want to go first, or do I want him to go first? So I didn't want to capitalize on the explore action again, so I need to find a way to turn 2 of my things over and then do an explore action. So I need to do at least 1 more explore action, which I'd like to go there, if I can help it. So for me to do that, I may want him to go first so I can land on a space so I can automatically turn a good, and then I can move him around to do that explore action. So we'll let Yosef go first. Although I could do a minor construction to get my explore action as well. So I've got a couple options, but we'll let him go first. We'll have him move around a little bit and see what options we have. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that there's a possibility to pull a worker back. We would go here, we would lose a point and gain 3 money. But then when we place them back the next round, we can place them anywhere. So that is a possibility for us if we wanted to do that. All right. He's going to do his first master builder. It's going to be this one. It's going to stay here. So he's going to stay here. He's going to remove this from the board. He will get 4 points. And then he'll do a major construction. He's again looking for what the Sultan wants, and it's going to be the highest numbered one. So there's doors and building symbols. He's going to go for the door symbol here, which is 7. And then he'll move up once on here. All right. Our go now. What do we want? Perform 3 secondary actions at 0 cost. Does that mean we can just take them from wherever? How's there not an index for all the cards? Or is there? Oh, here we go. Minor poems. Number 9. No, it doesn't have anything. Clarifications on poems. Perform 3 secondary actions at 0 cost. That's pretty good. I suppose we could only take. Well, we don't have enough space for this, so we could convert. We could use that action to convert these, and then take one, and then or take that marble. That would get us our conversions, and then we can just use our guy to do that. But if we wanted to do that, we're gonna have to spend 3 money, which seems like a lot. And I need to think about what major poem I want, because I need to be able to. I want to get both of them. I want to get 2 major poems. Okay, so let's do this. We need to be able to flip these 2. So we'll actually. Oh, I don't want to do that. Actually, let's do this. We're gonna go 1, 2. We're going to activate the effect of one of our places we have presence. We're going to activate this effect, which will get us a gypsum. No, we'll get a marble. Then we're going to turn both of these into goods, and then we're going to take this as a secondary action and add that to our board. Okay. His poet will move. The poet will move to this spot here, and then take a poem. So this is the 3rd poem, so it's going to be the one with the highest number, which will be this one. And then gain 3 points, 1 point for every poem. So 1, 2, 3. And then when he takes another poem, he'll take a major poem, and then the major poem will be this one because it's the last alphabetically. Okay. Let's go 1 space here, and we're going to do a minor. We're going to do a minor one here. We're going to spend the gypsum to build this one. So it's going to give us 1 point. And we're going to build this one here. It's going to have this symbol, which is for the end of the game. And we're going to connect it to this side. So this is a random for architectural balance, which will let us either take a good and take a good and take material. I'm sorry, take a raw material and a good, or do an explore action. We're going to do the explore action. So we're going to spend the money to go from here to here, because it costs us 2 minus 1 because of this ability. And then we're going to send that off. So we get the seal for that. We're going to spend that for it. So it's going to get us 1, 2 parias, 2 points, and then an additional paria for that. And then we get the bonus here of getting any one material here, or any one of these. So let's use it to get... Let's use this to get... Let's get ceramic, which are very cool because they're clear. Okay. Then if we go here, which we can sell that for that, we can go to this city. And then I think I want to try to do some consolidating. But I think we're really good on for this. Okay. Merchant. He will move his merchant up to here. We get rid of that if it was there. He'll get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on the track. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he'll do an explore action as well. So he'll go to this. Well, nope. He would go here, but I'm there. So there's no seal. He can go here for a seal, or here for a seal. So I guess I'm going to give him this spot. Wait, what is the tiebreaker? It says he goes to the city closest to the city or where he has presence. If there are 2 equivalent cities, you decide which city he places a ship in. So we're going to make him go here. Okay. So we've got our poet that I'm going to try to get some money with, or get a major poem with. And we've got our builder up there, which I'm not really super thrilled about. We'll go 1, 2, we'll spend the money and go 3. That's going to cost us 2 to go there. We'll get 2 money back, so we'll get the money back, and then we can sell this for 4, and that'll give us enough to buy one of these. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So we're going to go, or we can go 2 spaces and then get a trade action that way in 2 points. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll go 1, 2, we'll spend the money. We'll take this storehouse. That's going to get us a point for covering that up. 2 points. And then we're going to get to do 2 of these actions here. And we're going to sell this for 4. And that's it. We're not going to do any more. No, we'll spend 1 to get a gypsum. All right. Yosef's last turn says last master builder. He will move to here. He will get 2 on the Paria track, and he'll take this. And then our last turn of the round, we're going to go here. That's going to spend 1 to go there. And then we're going to take one of these major poems. We're going to spend all of our money to take this major poem. So at the end of the game, earn 14 or 6, because in a 2-player game we don't do the 9, to who has the most store boxes. We're going to place that there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 store boxes. I think that only counts. I don't know if the starting ones count. It's 1B. Trying to see if we can get some clarification here. Symbology, tell me. Storage capacity. It might actually just be the tiles. Okay, it says choose a storehouse tile from the 2 available and place it in any one of your 4 storehouses without covering any of the store boxes. Then you gain the PP. Yeah. So the boxes are actually those symbols there. So he's got 4 and we've got 8. So we're winning that. Okay. Okay, that's it. So we'll move on to the next round here. Let's go down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll be first player. We are going to change out the event. So this event is gone. So now this means that we only get 1 free movement around the rondel. So any additional movements we'd like to take, we'd have to spend the money. We're going to stand up, all our guys. Let's move these all over. And then we're going to refill any empty spots. And there's just a ton of clay. I don't know what's going on there. And I think that's it. Oh, we get 2 points of income. Forgot about that. Don't forget our income. Now I can turn these seals into money or parias, which I might want to do to get ahead at the end of the game. It's gonna cost 6 parias, so I got to make sure I have at least enough to do that. But I am gonna do an explore action at least once this turn. So, all right, he's gonna go first. I think I reset everything. He will take this when he takes this, so I'm going to want to take this anyway, which this is not going to grant me very much for taking that, so that's okay. He'll actually get more of a bonus than I would anyway. All right. Let's finish this game. He's going to do his merchant. His merchant will go from this space to this space. It's going to remove this. He will score. He will do a consolidate action, so consolidate the leftmost place there. And then he will score 2 points. He'll go 1 point for every consolidated space he has, which is 2. Now I would like to consolidate my spaces if I can. If I consolidate this space, it'll give me another storehouse, which I super duper want. This will let me do a construction action, so I can major minor construction, and then if I can get a boat here and consolidate it, I'll get to buy. We'll get to buy a poem. I'll carve a poem. But I think I want this one. And is there a way for me to do this without using my merchant? Because I need my merchant to do this action. And I need money to do that. And I need at least 1 money. So we've got to figure out the trick here. I can't move this. I have no money. I can spend 1, I guess, to get a money. So we're going to spend 1 of our seals as a money. And we're going to move here. And we're going to spend the money to go from Constantinople to Rasuga. We're going to gain that seal. We're going to spend this clay, which is what's one of the things that's desired there. So it's going to get us 2 points and 2 up here. And then we are going to get a, we'll get a wood. Okay, nice. All right. He'll go master builder. The master builder that's close to this spot is this one. He will get 2 points and do a major construction. So he's going to be looking for the symbol, so a house symbol or door symbol, and then the one that's worth the highest number. So this one, he'll take this, and he'll move across on that. Now, he doesn't get anything from moving across there, but there are certain cards, certain like poems that would give him more points for being farther on the track or whatever. So that's what doing that. That's the benefit of him doing that. Okay, so I would like to be able to consolidate one of my trades. So for me to do that, I would have to maybe do a matchup. Nope, I don't have an option to do that there. Can I? Is there any way I can consolidate? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I have a way to do it. Yep. Yeah, I don't think I have a way to consolidate, which is kind of a bummer because I was hoping I could. I should have used an action to... Oh, wait a minute. I only moved 1 space with him, right? I don't think I had to spend money. I didn't want to have to use an action to... I didn't want to have to use an action. I should have used a different action in order to do the explore action. But that's okay. If I were to do a minor construction, the only thing I could do architectural balance for is blue, which would get me a poem. So I could maybe move, but I can't move more than 1 space. So I can move 2 spaces here to maybe get some money, and then do a minor construction to get a poem, to get my last poem, and then do my other one to maybe get a storehouse, and kind of call it there. I think maybe that's what I'll do. So we'll spend a seal for a money. And we're going to move 1 space, 2 spaces. The additional space is going to cost me money. I get 3 money plus 1 for every 2 poems, so that's going to be 4 money. He'll go. He'll do his other guy here. So he'll move this one here. It's going to get rid of this. And he gets 1 point. Okay. So... Oh, that's rough because it's going to cost me 3 to go. It's going to cost me 3 money to go here, which is super not great. $3 money to go there. If I go there, I can build one of these to then turn around and get this for 5 money. So I need more money. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go 1. We're going to spend 2, or we're going to spend 2 money, 1 to go here and 1 to be on that space with another worker to get this storehouse. We're going to get this storehouse here. We're going to use this storehouse to cover up this one. What that's going to do is get us 2 points. We're going to get wood. And we're going to get 2 trade actions. Oh, but before I do that, do I want to spend the money? Yes, I'm going to spend the money to convert this into a, to there, and then we're going to get our 2 trade actions. So I meant to do that first. So I would have done this first as my secondary action, and then taken my trade actions. So I'm going to get my material, get my trade actions. I'm going to spend the first trade action to sell that for 3 money. And then do my other one to sell the wood I just got for 2 money. So that should give me enough money to do all this. If we go 1, so this is going to cost me 3 to go here. I can build one of these to get this, and then I have to spend 2 of these to get the rest of the money to get my other poem. So it is what it is. We're going to have to do that. All right. Yosef's last turn. He'll move his poet. She'll move here, and he'll take this poem there. Yeah, choose the last major poem in alphabetical order. All right. We're going to go 1 for free, 2, that's going to spend a money, plus 2 more money for being in a space with 2 workers. We're going to do a major construction. The major construction is going to be something that's going to cost me all of this. So we're going to spend that, and that. We're going to spend it on this one. So it cost a marble plus the other things. So it's going to get us 6 points. We're going to connect those 2, which is going to get us a poem action, or a carve a poem action, and we're going to spend 2 of these for money, making it 5 total money, and spend all that stuff for this last one here, which is get 14 points or 6 points if you have the most poems, which I've got 4 and he's got 4, so I got to see what ties do. All right, that's it. That is the game. So we're going to go into the last part of the scoring here. We're going to move this over. This goes here. So first things first, let's do the Sultan scoring. We'll each get 1 point for every consolidated city. We've got 2 consolidated city. He's got 2, so it moves 2, 2. 1 point for every one of these. So he gets 2 points. I get 1, and then 2 points for every one of these door symbols and one of these little house symbols on our construction cards and tiles. So he will get 1, 2, 3, 4, so 8 points. Putting me at 63. I will get 1, 2, 3, so 6 points. Putting me at 59. Then we're going to take our Paria tracks, so it's going to be 6, so I go to 0, he goes to 0, and then he loses a point for that. We're going to do the major poems. Now I got to double check on the major poems how we score ties. In case there's a tie for a position, you earn the poem on the lower podium position. So if there's a first place of 9, the number for the second position. Okay. In a 2-player game, the second position is ignored. So if there's a tie for first, second place, you earn the 6 points for third place. All right. So we're going to score poems. And that's just keeping track of it up there. So he'll score for his poems. He scores first off. He earns 14 or 6 points for having the most presents in cities. He's got 1, 2, 3 presents. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he gets 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then his second major poem will be points for sets of different symbols. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 different symbols. amongst his constructions. So 4 symbols is 6 points, right? Yeah, he gets 6 points for that. Our major poems for store boxes, he has 4. We have, if we're just doing our tiles, we have 5. So we win it regardless. So that's 14 points for us. So there. Wait a minute. There. So we're right behind. And then our other one will be for number of most poems. We have tied for poems, so I get 6. So it puts me at 79. All right. Then we're going to score for the thing here. So it's earned 2 points for each red city in which you're present, and 1 for each red city where you've consolidated. He's not present in any red cities. I'm present in 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 8 points there. So, and then I get an additional point for each one I'm consolidated in. I'm consolidated in 1. And then we would get points for every seal that we have left over. And any other thing we have. And he gets 1 point for every seal. So he's got 1, 2, 3 seals. And I think that's it. I think that might be it. Oh, I get my income. So that's 2 more for my income on this. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we won pretty handedly. So that's it. We won. All right. How about, wait, let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we won. All right, we got 91 points to his 76. So that's going to be it. Maybe I should have started him with 5 more points, and maybe it's all negative tiles. But yeah, assuming I didn't play anything wrong, that's Sabika. So like I said, I feel like this is a super duper slept on Euro. I just don't feel like it's talked about a lot, and it's really good, and it's really cool with the Rondell. And I super duper love games that are like, here's your number of turns, like you have to do what you have to do in this X amount of turns. And I guess a lot of games work that way, but it kind of feels different when you're like limited to what, because it's like you're limited to, without like being completely straightforward, you're limited to like you 20 turns total basically, and you're limited to at most 10 turns with your master builders. So like you get 10 of those actions, and then 5 of the middle actions and 5 of the center actions, unless you can be creative with how you combo certain things together. So I just love those kind of games where you have to really think about, how do I maximize what I have? How do I chain or get an action that's not accessible to me? Which that's where I messed up, because I wanted to consolidate, and I could only consolidate with what was on the board with the middle, but I could have possibly gotten an action to move my boat. So that's kind of the thing you're dealing with. So I really love that kind of constraint there. So anyway, that's Sabika. Let me know what you guys think. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.